Hi guys, how is it going? My name is Evan, the coach of the Santa Cruz Sandshrewz, and welcome to week 1 of our Little Root Lessons Draft League Season 3. This week we are kicking off matches and I'm going up against Discord user shadowgiraffe. Let's show you guys the matchup breakdown. Here it is. Shadowgiraffe, in my opinion, has drafted quite a scary team, and I feel like my matchup against him seems to be quite tough, mainly because of the very fast and very offensive Calyrex Shadow Rider. So what I expect to see from his team will be the combination of Calyrex Shadow and Indeedee Female. Indeedee Female giving really good support to Calyrex Shadow, and at the same time he might also opt to go for a Trick Room mode because Rhyperior under Trick Room does a lot to my team. It does very good damage, especially if he's able to get his weakness policy up. Then rounding another mon that I expect to see will be his G-Max mon, which is Urshifu Rapid Strike, which does not need to Dynamax during the match, but it might be a good option because Urshifu has some inherent bulk in the form of like defense bulk. Then the mons that are likely for him to bring will be Oranguru, the only mon that can set the other mon that can set Trick Room. Actually Calyrex Shadow can set Trick Room, but I don't foresee Calyrex Shadow doing it. So Oranguru being very bulky and has inner focus, who is immune to fake out, should be able to get his Trick Room up. Another mon that I'm likely to see will be Sableye, because Sableye has Will-O-Wisp and Quash and might give some good options to kind of slow me down and make sure his mons move first to take KOs. The thing about Sableye is that sometimes it might clash with Indeedee, so if I see a Sableye in Psychic Terrain, then I don't really need to fear the Sableye that much. So I'll see what he will bring. Then the last mon that I feel like is likely for him to bring will be the Komo-O, because of a simple setup from Komo and Indeedee. Follow Me and Clangorous Soul, I think that's the move. Then the good thing about Komo is that it hits a lot of my mons for super effective, and it has ground coverage for Solgaleo as well. Then one big part of my team is actually Regigigas, right? And Regigigas is weak to fighting, so I foresee him bringing both, like maybe one or two of his fighting mons. And Komo is naturally very bulky, and with the Omni Boost setup, that might be very scary for my team. If you can see at the bottom in the unlikely box, there's Ninetales, Shiftry, and Heliolisk, which is most probably his fast Sun mode that he managed to draft. So that's very impressive to draft 3 rather strong Pokemon. But I feel like it's unlikely because the Sun from Ninetales will actually hinder Urshifu Rapid Strikes damage output, right? The Surging Strikes. Then he will also boost Cinderace's the max move, Fireball, G-Max Fireball. So I feel like that's something that's unlikely to bring, but I also have prepared for it. Just in case he tries to go fast and maxes the Shiftry, which is actually quite scary because Shiftry has a base 100 attack stat and is very offensive. Heliolisk is the least likely member because I don't have very obvious flying types. Then although he can go for very strong max strikes, but I don't see it doing that much damage, and a lot of my mons can easily pack the max quick to attack back. So now let's move on to the left side of the screen, which are the mons that I feel like I must bring, and then the mons that I'm considering, and the mons that are very tough to bring. So let's start with the mons that are tough to bring, because that's generally how I plan my drafts. The the mons that are tough to bring are Latios and Luxray. Luxray does like provide intimidate support, but having to intimidate in front of Rhyperior is very tricky, and I don't think I can pivot well with that. Then, although Latios has the levitate ability, it's actually very weak to Calyrex Shadow's Ghost move, and Calyrex Shadow is faster than Latios, and I don't see a way that I could try to make Latios faster or bulkier to try and take hits. Sure, I think I can bring a Sash Latios set, but still it might not be enough. So the mons that I felt that I must bring are Solgaleo, Cinderace, Weezing, and Umbreon. Solgaleo actually seems to have a very bad matchup against him, but if I'm able to take out one of his hard hitters in Calyrex Shadow or Rhyperior, then Solgaleo can deal with at least one of them. I gave Solgaleo the weakness policy. I'll show you the team in my team breakdown in a bit. Then Cinderace is one of if not the most important member for this week, because Cinderace has a lot of coverage moves with its Libero ability. So I foresee Dynamaxing either Cinderace or Solgaleo. Then this week I'm bringing Weezing without Regigigas, and the reason why is because I want terrain control. So this week I'm bringing Misty Terrain Weezing, and I'm giving the Misty Seed to Hitmonlee so that Hitmonlee can go fast and try and dish out damage before it goes down. Umbreon is very very important because Umbreon is, like, you would say Umbreon is the Calyrex Ghost counter, because Calyrex Ghost cannot hit it with the expanding force, and the Astral Barrage is resisted. And then Calyrex Ghost won't have any moves that hit Umbreon for super effective. However, Umbreon really has to be careful of my opponent's fighting types. That's why I think that his draft is so scary. He drafted good psychic types and then good fighting type mons to back them up. So I gave Umbreon some defense EVs, hopefully to survive Urshifu and Komodo's attacks. Then the mons that I considered were Regigigas, to try and go for Max Darkness and Max Quake, but I foresee that he is going to be very prepared for Regigigas, so therefore I'm not bringing it. Then I also considered Gourgeist, mainly to try and counter his Trick Room with Imprison, to try and Will-O-Wisp and maybe like have the threat of ally switch. However, I feel like Gourgeist does not do much to the opponent and does not give much value, and it's very very frail and not fast enough. So I brought Butterfree and Hitmonlee. Butterfree for redirection and Tailwind support, and if possible I will also go for Sleep Powder, because Butterfree should be able to survive with the Focus Sash and then try and slow one mon down on his side. So let's move on to my predictions. Here we go. Here are the sets that I am expecting to see. I feel that, like, with Butterfree, the threat of sleep is very prominent. So one of his mons will definitely, will most probably carry the Goggles or maybe a Lumberry. So that might be Calyrex Shadow, because the Goggles also helps his hard hitter avoid Rage Powder. So for that, I'll have to be very aware and find out where the items are. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring Gourgeist for the Frisk ability, but in testing, Gourgeist just didn't do much, and then it just went down on the first turn. Yeah. So Calyrex Shadow with Life Orb or Goggles. Life Orb to do as much damage as possible and get the, what's that? The boosting move. Green May, yeah, and Calyrex, and like try and steamroll from there with the special attack boost. In DD, most probably Goggles or Sash, because in DD is one of his best ways to set up Trick Room with the in DD Oranguru lead. Then having Goggles, then in DD can always go for Follow Me and redirect my Sleep Powders. Rhyperior weakness policy, I think no surprise there, to do as much damage as possible on top of its already massive bulk. Urshifu is the one that I really have to look out for because he can run the Sash, the Choice Scarf to try and outspeed Cinderace, or even the Choice Band to just go fast and do a lot of damage consistently. Then Oranguru, I'm expecting maybe Mental Herb so that he doesn't get taunted because quite a few of my mons have taunt in Cinderace and Umbreon. Then Sableye is really a wild card as we have seen in VGC these years, these seasons, and it's very similar to Grimmsnarl. So I'll have to play around that Sableye. Then for Komodo, naturally the Citrus Berry, if it wants to try and do that spread dragon move, I'm not sure what it is, or even Choice Band to try and take out my Umbreon in one shot. So now let's move on to the team. Yeah, I'm actually very nervous. It's 15 minutes to the battle, and yeah, I really have to be careful of a lot of things. This team is really very scary. Let's go into my switch screen. So here's my team. Yeah, in battle teams. Let's start with Solgaleo. Alright, first thing you can see from Solgaleo's moves, this is a special Solgaleo because a few of his mons have foul play, and then it's quite it can be predictable that Solgaleo is going to hold the weakness policy, so with a +2 it won't take a foul play very well. So my Solgaleo is modest and has very little attack IVs, yeah, so it can take a foul play comfortably, and then that might prop his weakness policy and he can attack back with strong moves. The Solar Beam is important because it hits Rhyperior for 4 times super effective, and Rhyperior is weak on the special side. Then Snarl will turn into Max Darkness and do good damage to Calyrex because it's 4 times weak to Dark. So, and I'm not bringing Trick Room on this Solgaleo because he's the one that's gonna set up Trick Room, and if I can get Solgaleo in Trick Room in front of Calyrex, then I think that's a good thing. So next up will be my Gmax Cinderace. So you can see it's max attack and adamant because I don't need that much speed. Calyrex is gonna outspeed me anyway. I made this Cinderace 1 speed point faster than max speed Urshifu. So if the Urshifu is banned, I'm able to take out the Urshifu before it attacks me and hopefully change my type. From its moves, you can see that I'm not bringing a fire type move because the rest of the moves are very crucial to me. Max Steel Spike to boost my defense and my teammates' defense in front of the Rhyperior. Then Bounce to gain speed control so that I can try and move first before the Calyrex. Sucker Punch will be turned into Max Darkness. Then that takes out Indeedee and Calyrex. And U-Turn, that's the move that I've tagged for this week. And it's good because it acts like a Max Quake and it lowers the special attack of my opponents. So Butterfree Standard Sash set. Oh yeah, the items. Weakness Policy, and Cinderace this week is holding the Assault Vest because most of his attackers are special attackers. So I'm hoping to be able to leave a few moves and catch him by surprise because sometimes he might expect this move to KO the Cinderace in one shot. Butterfree naturally will have to hold a focus sash, max special attack, max speed. Then Pollen Puff to try and heal myself. And Pollen Puff is 4 times super effective against Shift 3 and can do good damage to Indeedee if it goes for the follow me. Then Sleep Powder, Redirection, and Tailwind. Tailwind will allow Solgaleo to outspeed Calyrex even without speed investment. Next up we have the Wheezing with the Misty Surge. I'm going max HP and almost max special defense. And with this item, the Psychic Seed, hopefully Indeedee goes for the Psychic Terrain. I proc my Psychic Seed and I can survive max, not a max Mindstorm, but an Expanding Force from Calyrex Shadow. Then the moves I prepped, initially Memento was Will-O-Wisp, but then I'm the one setting the Misty Terrain, so I can't really burn the Rhyperior. So Memento is a move that lowers the opponent's attack and special attack by 2 stages, but it takes Wheezing takes itself down. So that might come in helpful. And Dazzling Gleam is to chip down the Komo-O. Yeah, even before it goes for the boost. So hopefully I can go for like Tailwind and Dazzling Gleam, and that does 50% to a Komo-O because it's stat. Then Taunt is to try and stop Trick Room from Oranguru if it doesn't have the mental hurt. Then here's Umbreon, max HP and a lot in special defense and a bit of EVs in defense. The foul play is there to try and hit Rhyperior as hard as possible. Then Snarl to slow the special mons down, especially Calyrex because it does 4 times super effective and it is stat. And Baby Doll Eyes to slow down the Rhyperior. For that, I will have to make sure I gain terrain control and not and then it cannot be Psychic Terrain for me to pull off Baby Doll Eyes. Then Moonlight, hopefully for recovery, yeah. But in Sun and in Sand, it's a bit tricky. In Sun, definitely a lot, but in Sand, it's tricky. So the item I gave him was Leftovers because Calyrex has Unnerve, so I can't hold the Citrus Berry because it might not proc. So Leftovers would be a more certain way of getting my recovery. So my last one will be Hitmonlee with Unburden and Misty Seed. So I can lead Hitmonlee, bring in my Wheezing, and Hitmonlee can go fast. Then the moves I gave it were Close Combat, which is the stat move, which can do good damage to even Indeedee. Then Stomping Tantrum to boost its already very high special defense, and Throat Chop to do 4 times super effective damage. Then White Guard is here to try and stop Heat Wave from Ninetales, Rock Slide from Rhyperior, and the spread moves that Calyrex Shadow gets. So I'm quickly gonna PP up some of my moves, and I'll see you guys in the actual battle itself. Okay, let's go. Okay, I won't be seeing chat in a while. Alright. Good luck, have fun to shadowgiraffe. Super nervous. I'm not expecting Ninetales. Yeah, so this is... What's missing here? Urshifu! Haha! Urshifu is missing! Sableye. Sableye with Indeedee is a bit counterintuitive. Very strange. See, he didn't put his Indeedee together with his Calyrex as well. But then again, maybe he just didn't pay attention. Yeah, Oranguru is gonna be tough. And Komo-O is something that I did not really practice against. Yeah, I'll just have to keep going for Steel Spike on Komo. Maybe Butterfree can come in game 2. But for now, I don't think I need Butterfree that much. I feel like his obvious game plan would be to go for the Trick Room. Because my team is not the slowest. So I'm expecting Indeedee and Oranguru. The nicknames. Okay, he's going for the setup. That's great. I've prepared for this. So I need to make sure that Komo is not weak to... Okay, and we know that Indeedee is faster. Okay, check this out. Psychic Seed. Okay. It's my turn. Psychic Seed as well. So I always need to make sure that I'm slower than the Indeedee because I want my terrain up and I don't want the Psychic terrain. So here, I'll go for the Airstream and Dazzling Gleam, and that will cheat Komo as much as possible. Because hopefully I'll get the Dazzling Gleam off before he goes for his Omni Boost. And we don't know Indeedee's item. Then we also have to find out whether Komo is physical or special. Him leading this way makes me think like I don't think he has Trick Room in the back. I think he just wants to go fast. The good thing is that Komo doesn't get next Airstream. And it only boosts... Oh, it boosts the special defense. Okay, this won't do 50%. Yeah. Did I make Cinderace faster than Komo? Oh, I don't think Weezing is fast enough. 160. There's a chance. There's a chance Weezing will be fast enough. Okay, he went for Belly Drum. And he doesn't have Citrus Berry. And his HP is not odd number. Yeah, that's very strange. Alright, it's good to know that he has Belly Drum. I mean the if it was the Omni Boost, it would be better. I'm not reading chat by the way because I'm using a Mac and I don't have the setup. I'm gonna switch into Umbreon to give Umbreon the defense boost. However, I need to make sure he does not preserve his Indeedee. That's quite tricky. I mean, it makes sense. He's probably going for the max quick to try and take out Weezing, right? If he doesn't go for follow me, then that's quite bad, I think. Yeah, he doesn't go for follow me. Yeah, because that will... So I should have attacked the Indeedee then. Because that will redirect my Vividor Eyes. Yeah, I was considering attacking the Indeedee. So that's probably a misplay on my part. Okay, at least I resist. Oh, it's a single target expanding first. Will he quit? No. Okay, this is good news. And indeed he goes down. Okay, there's no more psychic terrain. Okay, I think his last one is Sableye. I mean, if it's Calyrex, it's super good news. So now it's a 4v2. Link and Epona. So cute. The horse. Okay, going for max darkness is safe here. And this will do a lot. Then go for Baby Doll Eyes. Okay, I think this is looking good. Como is down. Como is Seed. Rhyperior is WP. Indeedee probably Sash. But it seems very bulky because it took the airstream very well. Then and he has expanding force. I don't know why Como, like why he went for the rock fall there. Like because my mons are clearly physical attackers and he does not need the sand to boost his special defense. Okay, this doesn't tell me anything about Calyrex's speed. Is it Sash? It's not Sash. It doesn't tell me about Calyrex's speed because Cinderace at +1 is very fast. So all I need to do is slow down this Rhyperior. I think he might go for max quick into Cinderace. Wow, what's that? Wow, that's a lot of damage. Okay, honestly I don't know what move that came from. I have time to check. What in the world is... I mean that's the good tech. I expected next fighting instead. That's okay, interesting. But Mega Horn! Okay, that makes sense. Well, it can miss, it's like 85%. Oh, why does he have so much health? Why in the world is so bulky? Alright. Will he attack the Cinderace with a max move? That's okay, we just do damage. Yeah, we just keep doing damage. It didn't boost his defenses as well. But spoiler alert, I think it's tricky to bring Solgaleo in future matches because I purposely brought special Solgaleo. Okay, it's still quite iffy now because I don't think I'm doing much damage. However, I'm bringing my Weezing first because I don't want to reveal my Solgaleo's move. And he has Sand up, so yeah. So if I can try and do as much damage as possible now, then I will never reveal Solgaleo's moveset. So this is a neutral max. Wow, amazing. I think he might survive this Blazing Bleeding. Okay, he didn't. Alright, good. So Solgaleo is being kept a secret. Okay, so that was game 1. Sneaky. He went for belly drum. I mean, it's a bit strange. I like the music, by the way, for Liana. Suits my taste. Belly drum without the citrus berry is strange, and also with the psychic seed, because my mons on paper look very physically offensive. So he doesn't really need that special defense. I think like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So maybe not, right? Okay, because like he might not lead Psychic Terrain. It's tricky though. I'm doing this because he might not lead Psychic Terrain. But it doesn't make sense. He has to lead Indeedee for the following. Okay, it's still game 2, so I feel that I can try this out. This also stops Follow Me Trick Room, because if I can Oko the Indeedee, then I should be able to sleep the Oranguru. If he brings Sableye as a lead, then that will be tricky. I know Como is, quite bulky with its defense and special defense, but I don't really see the belly drum working out. Wow, okay. Cute name. Rafiki the Oranguru. Nice. That's good. If he takes out my Butterfree, it's totally fine. The question is, will he go for a Rock Fall or a Quick into the Cinderace slot? Okay, I think this is okay because maybe he has a berry. Okay, I'm going for this move. No, I'll just go for the U-turn. If he maxes, then I can respond. Yep, okay. Does he have a Lumberry? Is this my first time showing U-turn? Let's go Sogaru. Safety goggles. Okay, bye. I'm gonna sleep. Ah, Lumberry, wow. Amazing. Okay. That's impressive. Man, I could have taunted him. Okay, the thing is, he's gonna proc my weakness policy with the Bulldoze. Unless he has Brick Break. Question is, will he Earthquake? I can still Rage Powder. Then I'll go for the Steel Spike. I'll have to be very, very careful because if he brings the Indeedee in the back, I cannot Baby Doll Ice him. And I know a +2 Rhyperior takes out even a Dynamax Solgaleo with max HP. So, Lumberry Oranguru, good job. Man, if I went for Pollen Puff, it just goes down. Okay, that's okay because in game 3 I can still lead the same. And that should cover for the Oranguru, sorry, that should cover for the Indeedee Komo-O lead as well. Does he Brick Break? or bulldoze. He bulldoze. Oh. He didn't make his Rhyperior faster. Is he trying to reverse Trick Room? Okay, I can't bring Wheezing in. I'll have to set Wheezing. I'll have to sack Wheezing. Oh no, I didn't bring Wheezing. Oh no. I didn't bring Wheezing. Okay, at least he has no way to... proc his weakness policy. If I bring this, he will go for the... Oh, okay, he can't lower my... Okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Because he cannot lower my stats. So if I bring Cinderace, he's more likely to go for Max Quick, right? Whereas if I bring Umbreon, then he's more likely to go for... Max Bulk. Should I foul play? Well, he's surely gonna follow me, right? Maybe he doesn't know the interaction of Vivid Eyes with Psychic Terrain. This is very important. Do I go for the foul play or do I go for the Snarl? He's not doing following, he's not using follow me. The hardcore. Does he have protect on his MDD? The goal here is to try and take out the MDD, so I think I probably should have doubled into it. Okay. Quick is the correct move. Nice. Okay, this will take out the NDD for sure. Now we get to find out if it's Sash or not. Nice. Okay, and somehow, like, I didn't plan for this, but the Max Darkness will make sure Rhyperior is back to neutral. And I'm pretty sure a +2 Max Overgrowth, okay, it's Sash. I'm pretty sure a +2 Max Overgrowth kills the Rhyperior. You will never see it coming, I think. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Wow, okay. Reflect. Reflect. Let's go, Solgaleo, let's go. I'm not scared of Ghost Rider. Oh, what if his last mon is Ghost Rider? Oh, that would be scary. We need to check how many turns of Trick Room left because I might need to protect. No, I can't protect. Okay, it's the horse, it's the horse, it's the horse. It's the horse. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, I'll Snarl. I can even foul play the horse. Okay, I think this is do or die. It's the horse. 2 turns of Trick Room. Cinderace is in the back. I cannot Sucker Punch. I take out the horse. I have to take out the horse. Let's go for foul play again and Max Darkness into the horse and pray that even through protect it takes it out. Nice. Okay, we got this. I think we got this. There's a creep. Well, that's a lucky creep. That's not a creep. But it did the same damage when it was at plus 1. Okay, interesting. I think you must be wondering, I have the reflect up, why is this max darkness doing so much? Oh, Bambi, you're so bulky. They're not even max defense. I wonder what that Oranguru did there, because the Oranguru went last. I'll never get to show my Solar Beam. Okay, it's the last turn of Trick Room. And he's at neutral and he's at -1 today. So, like all P2s do in the last turn of Trick Room, you heal up. Okay, that's fine. He's only gonna heal 30%. Oh, I've never seen this animation before. It's so little damage. Okay, nice. So now, he will finally find out that I am a special Solgaleo. Well, you know, I mean it's a good tech to prepare Reflect. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But he will never see this coming. Let's go. Fresh Cannon. It might not kill, so I still need Cinderace in the back. Yeah, it's very bulky. Okay, it kills, because I'm at +2. Let's go! Special Solgaleo for the win. Okay, GG's. Alright, to those of you sticking with me till the end of the video, thank you. I'm doing a short evaluation of the match that happened just now. Overall, I feel that what shadowgiraffe could have done better would be to lead with Calyrex Shadow up front instead of bringing it in the back. In both games, he brought Calyrex Shadow in the back and it got cleanly OHKO'd by my mons, Cinderace and even Solgaleo. So one easy way to do that would be to lead with Calyrex Shadow and Indeedee. Because of how supportive and useful Indeedee is. Indeedee with the Psychic Terrain, with options to Helping Hand, Follow Me, and even Protect. Yeah, and that is something that is difficult for opponents to prepare for. If I were to do something wrong and attack the Indeedee instead of the Calyrex Shadow, then Indeedee can easily go for Helping Hand and Calyrex Shadow will do so much damage that I might not be able to catch up on. Then Calyrex Shadow also has access to Hyper Beam, and that's a good form of speed control because Max Strike can easily negate my Max Airstream boost so that Calyrex Shadow will move first in the next turn. In game 1, I did well with Cinderace going for Airstream to make sure I'm always outspeeding his mons, even if his Kommo-o went for Clangorous Soul instead of Belly Drum. Getting the +1 on Cinderace will make sure I outspeed Kommo again on the next turn. I feel that on shadowgiraffe's part, going for the Belly Drum without a clear way of recovery like a Citrus Berry or maybe Heal Pulse on Indeedee, I feel that going for the Belly Drum is a bit too ambitious there. And Kommo-o, although it has good defense and special defense stat, it is still 4 times weak to Fairy and it is still like not the bulkiest mon. So that's game 1. And in game 2, going for Trick Room is a good adjustment on his part, but I think I got a bit lucky there because I went for U-turn on Cinderace and I positioned myself to put Solgaleo on the field on the same turn where both mons, both Rhyperior and Solgaleo can Dynamax on the same turn. So I think that Oranguru on that turn he went for Trick Room, predicting my Solgaleo going for the reversal of Trick Room. So he wants to set the Trick Room back up. However, like yeah, I think I responded by Dynamaxing there to get my Steel Spike boost. Then the threat of redirection from Butterfree really protected the Solgaleo from the very powerful Max Quick from Rhyperior. So that's something that I discovered today, the usefulness of Butterfree in a Trick Room matchup, and how in general Butterfree was able to protect Cinderace and Solgaleo at the same time. So that's something that's very useful for me going into future matches. So that's all from me for week 1. I might be helping Carter and Carl do some commentating if you guys send in the footage of your matches. Then we'll get more week 1 coverage this way. So very excited to see the matches that are going to come up for week 1 and how they play out. Yeah, so do stay tuned and thank you for watching this match. Bye!